Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris here, and wait a minute, this isn't an unboxing for the camera video that I said I was going to do in the second Monster Hunter stream. No, this is actually a kind of a complaint video and just like a let you guys know what the hell happened, because this camera is not what I thought it was. It's kind of a poopy-dooku. Okay, if you don't know what that means, I believe the dictionary definition of poopy-dooku is fucking garbage. This camera is disgusting. This camera made my nipples cry eggs. This camera made my dog commit suicide 12 years ago. You wanna know what else this camera did to me? That right there, that shift of emotion, that camera did this to me. It was painful. That hurt. I, of course, am talking about this LAKASARA 4K camera I got from Amazon. 4K. Okay, let me give you guys a quick layout of this camera, okay? $180. It only shoots 4K at 24 frames a second. Understandable. Shoots at 2K at 30 frames a second. 1080 at 60. Alright, sounds pretty good, right? Night vision. Wow! Right there. It says night shot. That's pretty sweet. No, it's not. It sucks. I'm not kidding, it feels like a toy. It feels like that this is like, you know how you guys, you would get those little like, fucking hell, it's Christmas! And you get this awesome, cool-ass fucking kitchen set. You're like, I'm a 9-year-old girl, and I can flip burgers and make french fries, and it's cool as hell, but everything's super cheap, hollow plastic. That's what this feels like. This is like, I could be a cameraman too! Literally, my review says, this is like you're playing pretend cameraman. Now, I do kind of have to say, I feel the need to tell you guys that I am a bit jaded to the quality of my cameras, okay? The camera that I'm shooting on right now, and I have been shooting on for quite some time, is a Nikon Coolpix P610. Okay, you can look it up. It's like right around a $300 camera or so, give or take. It's a little bit older too. This camera is a bit out of date, but that's okay because I love this camera so much. It's a DSLR, which means that it's got a lot of customizable features, has a lot of photo capabilities, a lot of video capabilities, has so many features to customize and really tweak exactly how you want it, so many filters and shooting modes, that when I got this fucking toy, I was like, what do I do with it? This thing has like 8 buttons. Look at this. Listen to that sound. Doesn't that sound like a toy? It sounds like an Xbox 360 controller. Like, it sounds like I'm clicking right bumper over and over again. Even though that was left bumper, this is right bumper. It sounds like I'm clicking the bumper over and over again. I'm like, the buttons feel weak. They're weak, man. But this camera does have some cool features, right? So you got like a micro SD card slot. You have the actual memory, the actual SD card slot right here. But the problem is with the SD card slot is unless you have 12-inch fucking nails, you can't push it in the slot deep enough to get it to click in there, or to vice versa, try to push it out to rebound the spring to get it to come out. It's impossible. The thing goes like a fucking eternity in there, and you can't find it. It does have like an HDMI slot, and then obviously the micro USB slot or whatever the hell. But yeah, when I got this camera, I'm shooting it, and I'm like, alright, hey, yo. Let's try out the night vision, okay? I'm gonna go down in the basement. I know there's some really dark, you know, there's that little, like, crawl space and stuff. I'm like, let's check it out. Huh. I can only see this far in front of the camera with the night vision. I shined it into the bathroom cabinet underneath the sink. I could barely see the back wall with the night vision right there. There might be some clips at the end of the video to show you guys. But the thing is like, it boasts a 48 megapixel recording, right? It's a still image recording, which means mounted on a tripod, not moving whatsoever. If you're not moving whatsoever, it'll record that. I've seen reviews. It's funny because whenever I look up reviews for something, all the reviews are always positive, except for like a couple bad ones. But the bad ones are like, I just got the wrong product, but then they compensated and fixed it. Yay, customer service. Once I got the camera, right? It's like after I purchased it, I unlocked the feature to view all the negative comments. This always happens. I always find the most negative comments after I bought the fucking thing. So I looked at the reviews again, and I saw some people saying that when you record and you scroll at all to the side or up and if you move the camera at all, that the colors like mesh and blend together. Because this right here, it's not really true 4K. It says 4K, and maybe it has that, but you have to get the utmost perfect circumstances to reach that 4K and have it be usable footage. This is This is consumer grade 4K. This is what you, hey mom, I got you a 4K camera for Christmas so you can shoot my fucking ballet recital. Alright, so I got the battery in here, okay, and by the way, that looks goofy as all hell with the battery sticking out. It looks like a butt plug. But this thing, I turned off the sounds on it because the sounds are atrocious. The button boops and stuff are really gross sounding. But this thing has almost zero options. I'll read you through the options. You have resolution, loop recording, motion detection, date stamp, Wi-Fi, date and time, auto power off, beep sound, language, TV mode, frequency, format, card, default setting. That's it. That's all it has. There's like nothing there. Because I'm looking through this and I'm like, it looks okay for quality. I have it right now, I believe, in 1920 1080. I'm going to bring it up to the it's at the 4K setting, right? And it's hard for me to show you guys this, but when I'm looking at my camera right here, I'm looking at my screen to see the clarity, to see the focus, to see how everything looks on a small display like this. I'm looking at the display here, and it looks like utter trash to me. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but the display showing me what I'm recording looks like ass quality, and I'm like, okay, well maybe that's just, you know, the screen not being able to display what it's actually recording properly, which is kind of dumb because you need to be able to see what you're recording if you're recording it so you can record it properly, right? I recorded some footage, I dumped it on the computer and I looked at it and it just looked like hazy shit. It looked like shit. And I was just like, what is this garbage? Like the night vision looked like crap. It has only like a 16 times zoom. Oh, and also one thing that bothered me was I was going to test it, right? I was going to record like the channel summary with this camera in your guys' place right here. I went to go record it, and for the life of me, I couldn't get this thing. There is no choose to focus. There is no area focus. You can't. It was focusing only on the background, and I was right here in front of the background, and it would not focus on me. I could see me completely, just like, not entirely blurred, but blurred enough to where I could notice it easily from standing where I am from it, and the background was completely in focus, and looked alright, because it had the most light, but I was not in focus, and I'm like, how do I focus adjust? How do I make it focus? You can't. You can't make it focus on anything. I was trying to focus on the basil plant. I was going around like, alright, let's get close to the basil and check the quality. Check the quality. If you're not focusing, it's just a blurry green image right now because I'm close to the basil. I'll back up. No, you just won't focus. No, not at all. You won't adjust your focus. Lacking in features, lightweight. I think this thing's like 8 ounces. Lightweight, even with a battery in there, this thing weighs less than a pound. And that right there makes me sad because I guess it's kind of Jurassic Park logic. Is it heavy? Yes. It's expensive. Put it down. Right? My camera weighs like 3-4 pounds. This camera weighs less than a pound. I have to admit though, it did come with a nice cute little case to put the camera in, which I do like. It's a good little case. I kind of like that. And it also came with, right here, a full HD wide-angle lens, which sucks. And that's really it. The camera was just a complete disappointment. And here's the kicker of it all, right? The thing that really frustrates me about buying a bad product, right? I mean, like I said, okay, I have to clarify here, like near the end, is that if you want a consumer grade, standard little camera just for like, yay, I'm vlogging, I'm filming, whatever, the camera's totally fine. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, it's easily accessible, and there's not a lot of features, so there's no confusing you on how to make it work. It's point and shoot, it's nice and simple, right? Go for it if that's what you're after, okay? But if you're like me and you like to be able to adjust and get just the perfect shot and make everything exactly how you want it and mess with all the contrast and mess with the focus and everything, then a DSLR is what you'd be looking at, which can get more expensive, and that's kind of the point. But the thing that bothered me about returning this camera, right, is that they email me and there's like, you know, hey, what's the problem with the camera, blah, 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 asking me. And then I'm like, oh, not, you know, just whatever. And I was like, I explained it in the review, because I left them a 1-star review. And that's where it gets them. They do not want negative reviews. They want people to see only positive, obviously, so we can buy their shitty product and be confident in it. And that's the problem, is I was confident in the purchase because of the reviews. Okay, but the reviews, I realize now, are all fools. Because this company and this company is not unique for doing this. A lot of companies do this. Almost all of them are willing to do this, where if you leave a negative review, they will try to essentially pay you to remove the review. I've had a bunch of things where I've gone to return it, and I left a bad review, just like, oh, this thing basically jizzed in my face, and the jizz was decrepit lava, and it gave me a virus in my cornea, and I'm dying inside, and this is the worst product I've ever experienced. And then they would be like, hey, yo, listen, you could keep the product, and we'll refund you, just take down the review. And I have done that, because it's like, it was at points where it's like, I do still kind of want the product, though I was disappointed, but I could still find a use out of it, but I want to get my money back. So I have done that before, where I kept it, and I got my money returned, and I did remove the review. But that was before. Not anymore. I won't do that anymore, because I realize just how disgusting that is. You know, they offered to give me a refund after I send it back out to them, and they would give me an extra 30% return. So I'd be getting an extra like $57 on top of it. So as like a little coupon reward for it, and I'm just like, no, I'm not playing this game. And I told them I don't believe in the philosophy of buying your reviews. Okay. Like, I think all reviews should be there, positive and negative, to give an accurate shopping description for people like me who read the reviews. If you are buying anything online, read every review you can. If you see that's mostly 5 stars, click on a 1-star review, because you never know what somebody might say down there. Always check the reviews if you're buying online, if it has reviews on it. And always try to leave reviews, because reviews are fantastic. You need to leave reviews on everything. Review my book, goddammit! But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't believe in removing bad reviews by compensating somebody. If there's a bad review, it needs to be said. Now, there's a difference between leaving a 1-star review and saying, fucking gay, product is shit, fuck you. That's not a review. The difference between that and a 1-star review saying, this camera is basically false advertising, you know? I expected to have a lot more clarity, a lot more depth in my recording. When it says 4K, I expect true 4K. I don't expect a child's first camera toy. And that was basically the kind of review I left. Granted, I was a little bit salty in the review, but I still kept it professional. So you have to be professional with the review, and I left a professional negative review, and they were trying to buy out the negative review, and I don't believe in that. So I told them, nope, I'm sending it back, give me back my money. So, basically that was it, and I want to reiterate, if you don't have a camera, and you don't know much about DSLRs and customizing everything to get your perfect shot, you just want to point and shoot, get yourself a little point and shoot camera like this. Get yourself a camcorder, preferably Canon. I do prefer Canon, those are very good cameras. But if you want to try this camera, go for it. Like I said, it's a LAKASARA, L-A-K-A-S-A-R-A. 4K, and that's about the only description it has. So, yeah, that was my experience with that camera. So, the only thing, okay, before I go, the only thing that made me consider for a second keeping it was that it can work with my PC and OBS. I can hook up via USB to my computer and use it as an external webcam. I can do that if I wanted to. And I legitimately sat there like, I set up OBS, I put it in there, I had 2 webcams side by side at different shooting angles, and I'm like, I could do this. I could keep this, and I could find some way to have 2 cameras being used like this. No. Not doing it, not falling for it, I'm just going to get rid of it. I have a good webcam, and there's something else I could get with that money, and there is something else I got with that money. I got 2 good things with that money, and those will be separate videos when they come in. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I was disappointed, and I'm sorry you guys don't get to see a new camera, but there's nothing wrong with my camera. I just like tech. I just like getting new equipment. I like toys, but not a toy like that. So, thanks, guys. Leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. Go around testing out my camera on the 4K setting, and let's just get real close here. Doesn't really autofocus. I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't look amazing. It feels kind of cheap. Let's go ahead and flip it around. I can see me. A lot easier to film myself given the fact that it's so lightweight, but it doesn't really adjust to the light so well. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Doesn't look entirely amazing, but like it really penetrates the dark all that well. I mean, honestly, just night vision makes it look like it just turns black and white, honestly. Yeah, I'm not too impressed. Not gonna lie. 4K, my ass. Apparently it doesn't want to fucking focus on me, no? Why would it?